Can you actually live in Los Angeles for cheap in 2025? Funny thing is, everybody outside LA thinks everybody lives in a luxury high-rise, has a G-Wagon, and eats private chef-prepared meals. But honestly, for 95% of the people, in fact, the percentage is probably higher than that, but for most people, that's not the case. I'm gonna break down whether you could really live here on a budget, not in theory, but in real-life practicality. So first of all, the odds are not in your favor, right? LA is not cheap by definition. It's the only state in California that uses some clean burning fuel gas that makes gas twice as high as it is anywhere else. For a 1-bedroom average rent anywhere in the city is about $2,400. Sales tax like 10% in some areas. Groceries are not really affordable. Even parking tickets. There's so many fucking cars in the city, right? You have to drive, right? And everywhere you go, there's no parking, so you have to park on the street sometimes. And they're always out to get you know what I'm saying? So you're definitely not gonna live like a king out here for cheap, but there's levels to the game. If you move smart, it's definitely possible to survive and thrive here on a low budget. First thing is where you live, right? If you're living in Hollywood or Westwood or Santa Monica, you're definitely not finding anything cheap, so don't even look in those places. But there's a few areas that are around the city, close to the action, that are reasonably priced. I'd recommend Long Beach. It's kind of far out, but there's still a lot of stuff to do down there. Still a nice area if you're close to the shore. Van Nuys, the Valley, North Hollywood, Winnetka, Chatsworth. Again, these are all cities that are in the Valley. Everybody from LA is like, oh, the Valley's not LA, but these places are all 15, 20-minute drives to Hollywood. So that's another area I'd recommend. Koreatown near downtown. That's, again, another good area. Again, I'm not mentioning any areas I think y'all should avoid. All the 3-4 places I just mentioned are pretty safe. And again, these areas, you probably can't get your own 1-bedroom condo, but you can definitely get a room with your own bathroom for $800 to $1,200. Just be ready to snipe it as soon as the listing comes, because the second the listing drops, there's 10, 20 people attacking the lister, you know what I'm saying? So you definitely have to be on your shit if you want to find a good deal. Roommates, definitely number one. 90% of the people who aren't rich here have a roommate. I'd recommend rooming with a friend, because rooming with random people is kind of I wouldn't really recommend you guys do that. But again, if you have to, you have to, you know what I'm saying? If you're a cool person, you find 2 other cool people, cool. Kind of 3-bedroom for $4,000, 3 different bathrooms, split it, you know what I'm saying? Cook food at home, please, you know what I'm saying? Go to Costco, buy your steaks, buy your chicken, buy it in bulk, and just cook. Hustle culture too, that's a big thing, you know, 2-3 incomes, do Uber on the side, try to start a dropshipping store, pursue your acting career, whatever the it is, you know what I'm saying? On top of like your mainstream income, you know, try to do some other shit on the side. Tips for housing, forget Zillow, that's where all the expensive shit is. Look at Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace. There's a good website called roomies.com, right, where you can find people who are also looking for roommates. You see their whole profile, again, they could be faking it. Do that at your own risk, but that's just another option. Again, a lot of people who live here live in converted garages and studio back houses, you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of people doing interesting stuff just to live here. And always negotiate, right? If it's like a Zillow listing, you probably can't negotiate, but any renter that's on Facebook or something, definitely negotiate. Most people will knock off $100 to $200 just to get you guys signed that day. Things that are gonna cost you the most: transportation, if you're driving daily, you know what I'm saying? Gas is a little bit expensive. Impulse spending, again, there's so many people trying to sell you shit. So many ways to up your money in LA, you know what I'm saying? Entertainment, restaurants, experiences. There's Disneyland not too far. Just be careful with that. Parking tickets, just be careful where you park, you know what I'm saying? Read the sign. But sometimes even when there's no sign, you'll still get a ticket, you know what I'm saying? Just be careful where you're parking. And then healthcare, of course, if you don't have it, a quick little trip to the hospital could cost you $300. So just be careful of that. But my final take is, yes, you can live in LA for cheap in 2025 if you move smart. You're not gonna get a big ass house in Brentwood or a beachfront in Malibu. But if you got hustle, discipline, and a bit of a willingness to make some sacrifices, LA's definitely doable. It also teach you how to move different, right? Budget, wake up earlier, and use all the sides of your brain, right? That's why people are so successful here. That's why people grow here. If y'all need help creating a personalized system to make your money stretch, you want to build a little something on the side, book a one-on-one with me down below. No courses here, no fluff, just real game. Welcome to America.